We are Project Squad 11 and our project is called Cerberus. It is the OS int tracker, and this product aims to analyze Reddit posts and classify their threat level and provides an interface to managing cases of threatening Reddit activity. Our work so far is as follows. Harry has been responsible for writing a sentiment analysis function capable of classifying Reddit posts as threatening or non-threatening, with additional details like level of graphic violence or mention of self-harm. Reddit users, content, and the connections between them are represented in a directional graph. The code for this was designed by Alex, who also helped oversee the integration of code as a whole. The content is then stored in a database whose schema was designed by Archie. B designed the front end, which is concerned with creating and managing cases. A case is any instance of threatening activity related to a particular topic, subreddit, user, etc. Sophia was responsible for the code for mining content from Reddit via the front end in order to store in graphs and in the database. Our progress towards a solution has been tracked and supported with GitHub. The wiki contains information about the squad members and protocols, but primarily is used to keep record of meeting minutes. We have held meetings 3 times per sprint, with members taking turns to keep minutes. Further discussion has taken place on GitHub and on Discord, with meetings being held for the beginnings of sprints and periodic evaluations and informal online communication for checking in with other members, asking questions, etc. Our UI designs consider accessibility, for instance, taking into account different size screens, but primarily prioritizes simplicity of viewing and managing the databases created by our tools. All squad members have been committing regularly. During Sprint 1, members were grouped into 3 pairs according to complementary Belbin roles, with 1 pair on front end, 1 pair on database, and 1 pair on sentiment analysis. We used 1 branch per pair for the majority of Sprint 1. During Sprint 2, we had a more focused idea of the progress needed, allowing us each to work on tasks individually in their own branches. Branches were merged as the corresponding tasks were completed, with pull requests contingent on our tests. GitHub Action was used to implement these 5 tests in order to ensure continuous integration as code was merged into our main branch. Sprint 3 will be focused on improving the user experience. This means making the user interface more responsive and accessible, and adding more editability to our database systems, especially allowing the editing of nodes and cases, and implementing levels of privilege.
So here is our prototype. First thing we have to do is create an account. So I'll make one here. And now we're signed in. It's going to complain that I put password as my password, but that's okay. So here we go. We get a list of cases, and currently no cases have been created. So if I make a new case, we'll call it a test case. This will present us with this UI. We can then press import data, and it expects a Reddit URL. So if I put a link to r/funny in there and press import, it will then go ahead and perform data collection, sentiment analysis, threat analysis, etc. So now if I look at it, we can see here's the graph. We've got r/funny, and there's a post here on r/funny. It gets the top few posts on the most recent posts on r/funny if you give it a Reddit URL, which we've done. So here we've got a post here. This is a reply or a comment on that post, and we can also see that the person who commented it was u/auto moderator, and it's also commented the same thing on 2 different posts. We can see this post has been marked as negative and also violent. So it's performing sentiment analysis on whether it's neutral, positive, negative, and like self-harm or graphic or other things. If we pick a specific post, I'll make a new case for this, and press import and paste a link just to that post, it will then go ahead and collect all of the comments and replies to those so that we can look at them. So let's slightly bring it, I'm just keep reloading as it brings the data in. And we can see that it's got this whole graph of posts and who's talking to who. So like this one, for example, has been marked as positive. And then we can go ahead and log out of our account. And then the login and stuff all works as well.